Alright, I'm gonna say it. Dead by Daylight has some trash licenses and collabs. So today I'm gonna give a few ideas for potential killer licenses and collabs in the future. First up, we got one of the most terrifying characters in video game history. This dude gotta be one of the most cunning and ruthless dudes in all of gaming. Rainer Matt from Wii Sports. I'd be out here, a 10-year-old kid trying to have fun with my favorite Wii Sports game, and suddenly the lights turn off and I start to hear boss music and this dude shows up. He'll beat your ass so hard you'll be having nightmares for a week. Not me. I didn't have nightmares of him for weeks. I had nightmares of him for months. Whenever I got to the final match of boxing and I had to fight this dude, he'd whoop me like I was a little kid. I mean, I was a little kid, but you know what that does to a dude's confidence? I was never the same after that. And guess what? After I got the Wii Sports Resort game, I was like, thank God I don't have to play against Matt again. Oh my God! If I see this dude chasing my ass in Dead by Daylight, I'm passing out on the spot. This dude gotta have traumatized millions of young kids. While smiling, by the way. That's how you know they fucked up. When they beating a kid's ass and smiling while doing it. Talking about smiles, British people. How come we don't have a British killer yet? The entity just gotta make fun of their dental plan and send them fuming over to survivors. They don't even have to provide a weapon. If you're not holding a 9-inch blade in your jacket while going to the local Mickey D's, you're not a true Brit. You already got Legion, which is just a boring ass version of the average British person. Well, what if you want a new killer that'll be more hated than Skull Merchant? Well, that's easy. Just add Minecraft YouTubers.
The same cave looking for miners.
I don't understand these people. You're supposed to be mining for diamonds. You're not supposed to be mining for miners. You know what the prison system does to someone who's convicted of what some of these Minecraft YouTubers have done? Just know that if one of them's added to the game as a skin or DLC, they're not going to be liked any more here than there. I'm sure that even most of the killers in this game would not vibe with some of these dudes. If you're looking for someone a little more on the supernatural side as a new killer, there's plenty of those to choose from, like Germa. Have you ever seen this dude blink? Hell no. This dude's a literal SCP that's breached containment and is walking among us. I don't know how more people aren't talking about this. Does this look like normal human behavior? Next, we're going to be talking about some creatures that were all over my childhood. The Teletubbies. I'm gonna go out and say it. I don't think these things are cute. I mean, look at it. I don't even think these things are human. Never trust someone in a smiling suit. There could literally be a 45-year-old fat dude named Francis in one of those suits, and you'd never know. Having a killer with a super approachable and friendly exterior just to reveal the true essence of their being hiding underneath gotta be one of the scariest things I can think of. Speaking of children, when they're gonna be adding iPad kids as a playable killer? Oh my God, dude. If you've ever seen an iPad kid, you already know what I'm talking about. All the entities gotta do is take their iPad away and promise it at the end of a trial, and the survivors are fucked. Some of these kids literally sleep and swipe at the same damn time. They about to be killing and swiping at the same time. Next, we got Flapjack. The next one gotta be the most obvious killer that they haven't added yet. It prowls the night, responding to the chilling howls of its own kind. It lurks the streets, without anyone knowing they're mere feet away from the shape-shifting monster. That's right, furries. These people gotta be the most disturbing and disgusting people on the internet. You know what crinkling is? You know what yiffing is? Well, let me tell you, God didn't intend for the 16-year-old angsty teens to be able to put on animal costumes. Pub Games exposes a bunch of Gmod server owners and moderators who distribute CP. And guess what? They almost all are furries. Was anyone surprised? No, because it's a furry. But man, when are they going to be adding Queso as a licensed killer? Just don't feed him for 2 minutes and set him loose on their survivors. He'd eat them and the entirety of the map in mere seconds. His footsteps would literally send shockwaves across the entire map, creating magnitude 9 earthquakes. You want a more OP killer than Nurse? Add Queso. The survivors could have like a secondary task of feeding him food before he gets too hungry. And if he gets too hungry, the game just ends. Plus, you get banned. If we're gonna be talking about a future killer that every God-fearing American would be scared of, we gotta add the IRS as a playable character. You know, I ain't scared of the IRS because I pay my taxes on time and, you know, I'm good on that. But I know some of you be waking up in cold sweat because you thought someone knocked on your door. They already killing people's pockets and livelihoods with the money they taken. I don't see why they wouldn't take it a step further and get hands-on with taking people's lives. Karens. These gotta be some of the most miserable people I've ever seen. They get mad at everything. And I mean everything. If they're miserable, they for sure gonna make sure every other stranger is miserable as well. I can imagine it now. You're chilling on a generator with your friends when suddenly someone taps your shoulder and asks, "Excuse me." As you turn around, the disgusting scent of overpriced Starbucks and too much perfume hits your nose, making you almost pass out. Then she starts to yell at you and your friends about how loud the generator is. You try to explain to her that you're just doing your job by repairing the generator, but that just ends up pissing her off even more. And then she asks to see the manager. You're cooked after that. It's game over. A Karen in the game would literally have the highest player to DC ratio in history. And if you're looking for the most infamous people to become a killer in DBD, look no further than the Florida news.
Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man.
A man in Florida. Florida man. Florida man.
Florida man. Bushes baked beans.
The average Florida man is already close to a supernatural being. You don't even need to give them a weapon. Just send them off after survivors with a pack of Coors Light. The average Florida man would end up doing some of the most insane shit during a match. Licking doorknobs for 3 hours. Beating up ATMs? Florida man would be the most unhinged killer added to this game. You never know their next step. 1 second they're chasing you with a lawnmower. The next, they're naked on top of a generator screaming the Miranda rights. Anything from the Warhammer 40k universe would be, kind of cool. You know, you could have Nurgle. We ain't got enough gross killers, if you know what I'm saying. I want a killer so ugly I don't want to be looking at it while it's chasing me around the shack. Lastly, they gotta add one of the biggest names on the planet for the horror genre, Markiplier. He doesn't even need to be a killer. Make him a survivor if you want. He just needs to be added to this game, man. Just look at him. All in all, I hope you all enjoy my video and my great takes about the future of this game. Someone's at the door. Give me a second, you guys. God, it's the IRS. Hey, get back. I pay my taxes.